When the clock strikes 3, do whispers in the dark call out to you? Welcome to Shady's Night Terrors, where every night we delve into stories that stalk the dark corners of your mind. Join us as we explore chilling tales that make the bravest hearts quiver and the boldest eyes shut tight. Don't just listen, experience the spine-tingling, the eerie, the downright terrifying. Dare to be our guest tonight? Whisper. Then let the nightmares begin. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more nightmarish tales.
In the heart of a bustling marketplace, amidst the vibrant colors and alluring scents, an innocent invitation will lead two unsuspecting friends into a realm of unspeakable horror. A seemingly harmless encounter with a mysterious couple will plunge them into a twisted game of wealth, privilege, and unimaginable terror. Prepare to descend into the depths of human depravity, where secrets are buried deep beneath the opulent facade of a gothic mansion. This is The Ritual of the Silver Card. The Ritual of the Silver Card. The capital city market, a vibrant tapestry of sights and sounds teemed with life. Vendors, their voices a melodic chorus of bartering and laughter, displayed their wares under colorful awnings. The intoxicating aroma of exotic spices mingled with the sweet perfume of ripe fruit, creating a sensory symphony that hung heavy in the air. Among the throng of shoppers, a young woman named Anya navigated the bustling aisles, her discerning eye scanning the vibrant stalls for unique treasures. Her woven basket, overflowing with colorful vegetables and fragrant herbs, swung rhythmically at her side as she meandered through the market. A finely dressed couple, their attire starkly contrasting with the market's casual atmosphere, caught her attention. The woman, adorned in a shimmering silk dress that seemed to capture the very essence of twilight, possessed an alluring smile that hinted at hidden depths. Her husband, tall and lean, exuded an air of quiet authority, his piercing gaze scanning the crowd with an unsettling intensity. "My dear," the woman purred, her voice like honeyed wine, "your taste is exquisite." She gestured towards Anya's basket, her eyes twinkling with amusement. "Allow us to introduce you to a more exclusive shopping experience." Her husband, his gaze unwavering, extended a gleaming silver card. "Join us for a soirée at our estate, a week from tonight. Bring a companion if you wish." Anya accepted the invitation, a shiver of anticipation dancing down her spine. The couple, their enigmatic smiles lingering in the air, melted back into the crowd, leaving Anya with a lingering sense of unease. That evening, over a shared bottle of wine, Anya recounted the encounter to her best friend Ben. "A mansion party?" Ben exclaimed, his eyes wide with excitement. "This could be our chance to mingle with the elite." Anya, however, was less enthused. There's something about them, a darkness lurking beneath their polished facade. Ben waved away her concerns. "Don't overthink it. Let's just see where this leads." Their curiosity piqued. They ventured to the couple's estate a few days later. The sprawling mansion, an imposing edifice of Gothic architecture, cast a long, ominous shadow over the meticulously manicured lawns. Gargoyles, their grotesque faces contorted in silent screams, perched menacingly on the roofline, their hollow eyes seeming to follow Anya and Ben's every move. The night of the soirée arrived. A sleek black limousine, its windows tinted an impenetrable shade, arrived to collect them. The driver, a silent figure clad in a crisp uniform, ushered them into the plush interior. As they sped towards the mansion, Anya's unease intensified, a knot of dread tightening in her stomach. The limousine glided to a halt before the imposing entrance. The heavy oak doors swung open, revealing a dimly lit foyer filled with the intoxicating scent of exotic orchids and the faintest whiff of something metallic, something akin to blood. A tall, cadaverous man, his skin stretched taut over sharp cheekbones, greeted them with a disconcerting smile. His eyes, like chips of ice, seemed to pierce through them. "Welcome," he rasped, his voice a dry whisper. I am your host, Mr. Alastair Thorne. He led them on a tour of the mansion's first floor, a macabre parade of disturbing artifacts. The walls were adorned with taxidermied creatures, their lifeless eyes seeming to follow Anya and Ben's every move. Paintings depicting scenes of hedonistic revelry and grotesque rituals hung in gilded frames. An unsettling silence permeated the air, broken only by the creaking of floorboards and the distant dripping of water. Thorne ushered them toward the pool area, where a small gathering of elegantly dressed guests were engaged in hushed conversations. Anya caught fragments of whispered phrases. Silver card. The offering. The awakening. A chill ran down her spine. Dinner was served in a cavernous dining hall illuminated by flickering candelabras. The guests, their faces masked in polite smiles, feasted on elaborate dishes of succulent lobster and Wagyu beef. Anya and Ben, however, were presented with bowls of watery gruel and mold-speckled bread. Ben, his face flushed with anger, slammed his fist on the table. "This is an outrage. We were invited here as guests, not beggars." Thorne emerged from the shadows, his smile widening into a predatory grin. "My dear boy, you misunderstand. You are indeed guests, but of a lower tier. The silver card affords you certain limitations." A wave of nausea washed over Anya. She grabbed Ben's arm. "We're leaving." Thorne's laughter echoed through the hall, a chilling sound that sent shivers down Anya's spine. "I'm afraid that won't be possible. The evening's entertainment has yet to begin." Before they could protest, two hulking figures materialized from the darkness. Their faces were obscured by grotesque masks, their eyes glinting with malice. They seized Anya and Ben, their grip like iron, and dragged them away. They awoke in a cold, damp cellar. The walls, rough and uneven, were slick with condensation. A single flickering light bulb cast grotesque shadows that danced and writhed like tormented spirits. Ben, his voice trembling, recognized their surroundings. "This is an old fallout shelter. There should be a ventilation shaft somewhere." Armed with nothing but a rusty flashlight, they ventured deeper into the labyrinthine depths of the bunker. The air grew heavy with the stench of decay, the silence broken only by the dripping of water and the distant guttural growl of an unseen creature. They stumbled upon a series of rooms, each more disturbing than the last. A nursery filled with antique dolls, their porcelain faces cracked and vacant, their glassy eyes seeming to bore into Anya's soul. A torture chamber, its walls stained with the dark legacy of unimaginable suffering, the air thick with the metallic tang of blood. A sacrificial altar, its blood-soaked stone a testament to unspeakable horrors. The guttural growl echoed through the tunnels again, closer this time. Anya and Ben froze, their hearts pounding in their chests. They extinguished their flashlight, plunging themselves into absolute darkness. They could hear the creature's heavy footsteps, its ragged breathing, the clicking of its claws on the concrete floor. It was hunting them. They pressed themselves against the wall, their bodies trembling with fear. The creature passed by their hiding spot, its putrid breath washing over them. They waited, holding their breath until the sounds of the creature faded into the distance. With renewed determination, they continued their search for the ventilation shaft. They stumbled upon a dimly lit room, their flashlight beam illuminating a narrow tunnel leading upwards. With renewed hope, they clambered into the cramped space, their hearts pounding in their chests. They emerged into a field bathed in the cold light of the moon, gasping for air as if they had been reborn. Back in the safety of Anya's apartment, they called the police, their voices shaking as they recounted their ordeal. The dispatcher, her voice weary and resigned, confirmed their worst fears. "The Thorne estate. Yes, we've received similar reports, but there's nothing we can do. They're protected." Anya and Ben never returned to the capital city market. The horrors they had witnessed, the unspeakable depravity lurking beneath the veneer of wealth and privilege, haunted their dreams. The mansion, a monument to darkness, remained a chilling reminder of the evil that could fester in the heart of society. They lived the rest of their lives in the shadow of that night, forever scarred by the ritual of the silver card. Anya and Ben's harrowing ordeal serves as a chilling reminder that darkness can lurk in the most unexpected places. Their escape from the clutches of evil leaves them forever scarred, haunted by the horrors they witnessed beneath the mansion's opulent facade. The ritual of the silver card remains a chilling testament to the depths of human depravity and the terrifying consequences of unchecked power.